Hello, good morning everyone. Here we are with a call with the psychologist. This time early, right? I usually do last Thursday of the month, but this month start early. So good morning to all of you. Let's wait for everyone to come in. Today we're gonna have a very interesting talk with Cesar Pastri. Cesar is a Pilates trainer and health food expert. Yes, so Cesar will bring a bit of his experience, right? For his own experience, he will talk about this too, and he will help us to understand how self-discipline can help our body and mind. Yes, there are many studies that shows that the importance of self-discipline, right? And I believe that a lot of us need work a little bit more on our self-discipline. Hello, Desi. Hi. Good morning. Good to have you here. Hello, Desi. So friends are starting to arrive. So for this talk today about self-discipline, our Pilates trainer and health food expert, that's super interesting. I wish I was a little bit expert in healthy food. I try my best, but I'm not the best one. Hi, Dani. Dani is also here with us. Thank you for joining, everyone. So yes, we will be talking with Cesar, and I'm sure gonna be a very interesting talk. Before Cesar come in, I would like to talk two things with you. One is that I'm preparing a new, yes, Cesar is the best, Dani says, that's true. And I'm preparing a new Instagram actually I will make another account to have divide an English and Portuguese account that will make easier for you to find the posts, because if I put English and Portuguese together in the Instagram, it's being a little bit confused even for me posting. Imagine for you guys also difficult. So from now on, you're gonna have two Instagrams. So if you receive any message about the new profile or from Odalea Consular, it's me. I'm doing that to post all in English. Okay, I'm gonna still continue with the Portuguese one. So yeah, that's one thing that I'm gonna change. And the second thing I want to talk is from you, like Desi, the ones who live in Geneva. I just received my FSP license, right? Now I'm member of the Fédération Fédérale de Psychologie en Suisse. For those who live in Geneva, if you have a health insurance, if you have a complement health insurance that pays for psychotherapy for members of FSP, that you have to be member of FSP for the health insurance cover. So you can have your section with me covered by the health insurance. That's a good news for everyone. So if it's difficult to afford, I know sometimes it can be difficult to afford therapy, now you can have your health insurance covering in Switzerland. Okay, so that's the good news, two news that I want to give to you before Cesar comes in. Yes, so let's get to talk with Cesar. We're gonna wait for him to come in. While this, I want to remember you those two things as I told, right, about the profile, the English profile that I will make, and also the FSP membership. So now your health insurance can cover your appointment. Cesar will be soon with us, here with us. I'm just waiting for him to come. But why I decided to do this live in self-discipline? I don't know about you guys. Hi Lizzie, thank you for joining us. So why to do us live in self-discipline, right? So I was telling that, I don't know you guys, but for me to keep my discipline, to be self-disciplined person, it's not easy for me. And I'm sure for a lot of you who are watching, it's also not so easy, right? Because self-discipline is something that needs some energy. Yes, you have to put some energy to concentrate in a discipline and to do things that you want. But a good thing is self-discipline itself brings you more of that, right? I was reading about self-discipline once, and I heard somebody telling that, I read somewhere, I don't remember who, but telling that self-discipline, if it's feels difficult for you, is because you are doing wrong. And I found that so interesting that actually I want to listen from Cesar, how he feels that is his self-discipline, how is it, né? For him. Hi Cadu, thank you for joining us too. So I was telling the friends that we are waiting for Cesar to come in to talk about self-discipline. So Cesar, it's a Pilates trainer, and I'm super interested to hear about self-discipline, how he has keeping with his self-discipline, especially because Cesar was also he worked traveling around the world, right? He worked for no, I just forgot the name right now, for airplanes. I just forgot now. So where is Cesar? He didn't join yet. Let me see. I don't see Cesar here with us. Let me just check if everything is okay with him and go here a little bit in WhatsApp. Okay. Ask where's Cesar, because I'm already talking. Hi Annie, thank you for joining us. So I'm already talking about self-discipline here, and I'm not an expert. As I told you, I'm just trying. I every day try my best to keep my routine, to try to keep eating healthy, you know. So it's not so simple, right? So to keep self-discipline, and I'm super interested to hear from an expert what he can tell us to help us to keep track, right? To do that. So I don't want to talk more because I don't want to step in Cesar's specialty, right? He's an expert on self-discipline, on eating health. I'm super interested also to see if he has some tips for us. I'm sure he has. He had prepared some tips for us about eating healthy, about self-discipline, you know, and about also breathing. You know, breathe is such an important thing that during the day we keep forgetting, right? To breathe. It's so impressive. I remember the first time I was in a yoga class long time ago, and when the teacher, the yoga master, told breathe, and I was like, I'm already breathing, right? And then she said, no, breathe, feel your breathing and feel your air comes in. And I was so impressed that actually I was breathing to keep me alive, but I was not breathing to really put oxygen inside of me, like to make my cells to breathe together with me, right? So it was such a magical time when I realized how I felt after a good breathing exercise. And I always give some breathing exercise to my clients, even I'm not an expert in that, but I always give them I'll give them some exercise, because I know by my own experience how much breathing can help you to control your emotions, control your anxiety, it's super important. So sometimes I'm feeling super overwhelmed. Sometimes I don't know if I'm doing the right thing. You know, when you are full of things to do and you got that impression that something is not right, right? Maybe it's not wrong, but something is not totally right. And yes, when I'm like that, I do my breathing exercises, but I'm not expert, so I'm expecting that Cesar will come and will tell a little bit more about breathing too. So today, yes, we're gonna be talking about eating health, self-discipline, and about how important breathing is for us. So maybe Cesar is having some problem to connect because he's also not answer the our WhatsApp. Don't know what happened to him. So I'll keep talking with you and say what I do myself to keep my discipline, right? As I told, I'm not a very good self-disciplined person. I first of all, it's difficult for me. I am not a morning person. To wake up early is difficult for me, and I feel more excited and more creative during the night. So it's crazy, but my mind works better in the night, so it's hard for me to fall asleep, and then it's not easy to wake up. So I'm not like, for example, my husband. He wake up very early and go for runnings, for walks, even when it's still dark. No, I'm not very good on that. So in the morning, I'm not very morning person, and so to keep my habits in the morning is a bit difficult. But what I do, I try to do those things that is important also for my discipline, for my well-being actually, that it doesn't take too much from energy from me. Like, hi Zelita just joined too. We are waiting for Cesar. I hope he can come soon, because I'm already giving my point of view of self-discipline. Somebody who knows almost nothing of self-discipline. What I know from self-discipline is that we need to have, if we want to have a good life, a balance in life, self-discipline is super important. You cannot, I see some people that they complain that things don't go well, like they cannot cope with stress during the day. Actually they have a lot of stress during the day, because if you don't have self-discipline, a lot of things is not really organized in your life. No, you don't have a schedule, you don't have habits, you don't have ways that you know that is important to you. That's, for me, self-discipline is a lot about know yourself, right? Because if you self-discipline, you're gonna be putting things. Zelita told that maybe the time was confusing. Was 30 p.m. 13 o'clock 1 p.m. in Geneva, but 12 o'clock in London, where also Cesar is. So we have friends from Thailand join us, from Phuket. Thank you so much for joining us. Yes, I'm waiting for Cesar. I hope he didn't get the time wrong, but it's supposed to be 1 p.m. Geneva and 12 p.m. Hello, my friends. So long to see you. How is Phuket? Huh? You still live in Phuket? I hope so. Such a beautiful place. How I miss Thailand. How I miss Thailand. So he's supposed to join us soon. But I was telling how self-discipline was important for us, right? How can make us live better, has more better habits. And also, if you do that, of course you can achieve it more, right? If you have an organized life, like say, let's just remember that last call with the psychologist, we were talking with Dani is here, listen to us, and we were talking how the organization of your space can help you, right? And for me, it's totally connected with self-discipline, because if you organize your place, let's say, of course you have less stress, you have less distraction, and this is all together with self-discipline. A good way, I think, to try to discipline yourself is to have focus, to understand what you want to do and what you want for you. It has a goal. If you have a goal in life, if you have a goal for your day, chances are bigger than you're gonna be achieving that in the day, end of the day. And of course, if you keep your space organized, you are going to probably have more success. I can have more success on that. Luciana just joined us. Thank you, Luciana, for joining us. We are waiting for Cesar, who is gonna talk a bit to us about his experience as a Pilates trainer and a health food expert. So I'm super excited to hear about this too. So, and I was talking to you about how self-discipline is important, right? I told early that I read one day telling that self-discipline feels difficult if it feels difficult because you are doing wrong. And I found that so interesting. I can't wait to hear from Cesar how he feels, because for me self-discipline is hard, but it brings so much benefits, right? The benefits. So how about you guys? How is your self-discipline today? Luciana, you just joined us. What are you interested in self-discipline? Do you think it's easy to be self-disciplined, or not so easy? And do you guys think that you manage well your self-discipline? How it's for you guys? I'd love to hear from you too. Oh, somebody wrote here that things is a matter of building the habits. Yeah, that's true. Habits. Yes, it's everything about the habits, right? I think, let me see, says, yes, you're going to be talking about habits. It's really important how we can build habits too, right? Now I am really confused if it was me who get the time wrong, because also Cesar was so. Yeah, so Cesar, so even if it was a wrong time, if I mix up the time, but the thing was 13 in Geneva, 12 in London. So even if you got the wrong time, please join us, we still have our friends here waiting for you. If you can join us, maybe you are not ready. Let me talk to him. Maybe we can talk later. Let's see. Let me just. I'm writing him. Okay, just write him to see. But yes, habits, it's about everything. It's in self-discipline, it's about habits, really. And do you know that you need only 21 days to make a habit, right? If you continue to do something for 21 days, this will be like normal to you, right? So that's one thing about habits. So if self-discipline is difficult to you, so maybe it's now time to start to have the habits that you want to change, or that you want to have, and start to make a list of the habits or the things that you want to change, and start doing that change that you want to do, right? So I really apologize that maybe it's a confusion about the time that the live should happen. I'm so sorry, but it's so good to be here with you, so good to hear of you. In any way, it's a call for the psychologist. The psychologist is here, the coffee is here, all the friends are here, listen, and we can do this another time if Cesar cannot join us right now. I really apologize for that. Luciana Leitão just joined. Oh, Cesar just came in. Okay, let me. Cesar, can you ask it to join the conversation? And I hope you can join us. Yes. Yes. Oh, that's great. Thank you so much, friends, to be here and to wait for this little bit confusion. Ah, he's here. Hi, Cesar.
Okay, I got really confused with the time. I'm sorry. I'm really
No,
sorry. I got really
uh,
confused. Can you see me? Yeah.
yes, you can see. No, thank you so
Hold
much
on.
that you made it.
Can you
Our
see
friends
me?
are
It's all good.
all, yes, it's all
Is that
good.
working well?
Yeah, very well. Thank you so
Leah?
much
I
for,
don't know why the
yes,
display is low.
you can you
I'm
hear
really
me?
sorry, guys, but actually I got confused with time.
Can you hear me? You hear me?
Oh, I really, no, I'm
Can you
sorry.
hear?
I thought I was doing 1 o'clock London time. It's a bit, I don't know why the internet's not so good, but there you go. I have my tea here. Cheers. I can hear you.
Yes, I told Cesar, let's have a
Hold on.
coffee, and I imagine he doesn't drink coffee, but okay, he can have the tea and I can have my coffee,
I'm
right?
having my tea. I'm having my matcha. Not matcha. This is actually it's yerba matcha. Yerba matcha,
Yep,
like the mate
matcha.
from Brazil, from South America. So
Uh-huh. Wonderful.
it's just really
Yes,
beautiful. Very nice. Beautiful.
yes,
Cheers.
yes. Cheers.
So
So
thank you
sad.
for accommodating. I'm sorry that I got this confusion happening for everybody that actually had been waiting, just like since 12 o'clock. And then I was basically teaching a Pilates class, which finished 12:15. And in my mind, I thought it was starting at 1 o'clock. I don't know. I was pretty certain I was doing 1 o'clock. But anyway, we're here.
Anyway, you're here. Yeah, that's the thing. We are so excited to hear from you. I was talking you while you were not here. I was talking about self-discipline. I was trying to bring some, some think for them, some talking. But we are super excited to hear about your experience. So introduce yourself and let's just start it, right?
Okay, sure. So no, I'm just, I'm just another human being like everybody else. So just myself. Cesar, I'm originally from Brazil, live in Australia. Sorry, Australia. No, used to live in Australia, live in London now. So, and I've been living in London for the past 2 years, and I'm basically, worked as a flight attendant, traveling around the world. So that's something that we're going to talk about how do you manage yourself to travel around and still have self-discipline. Basically, that's what we're going to
Yes.
talk about. And so, yeah, and then I'm also a Pilates instructor, working, doing a lot of work with helping people with rehabilitation and fitness, and I have also a lot of background in nutrition, health coaching, and that's pretty much my passion.
A lot.
Living that kind of like everyday life, surrounded by. I like the sun. I can feel the sun coming into me, so it's
Yes,
beautiful.
it's true.
So that's it. So
Yes,
yeah, so that's how we, pretty much what I am in terms of my routine these days, Leah.
yes, that's what I was trying to remember. He's still flight attendants, right? Right now it's not doing so much, but that was your work, and I was super impressed that even traveling so much, you could continue to have your health habits, right? And I ask Cesar because most of my clients are expat wives,
Yeah.
women who travels a lot, and I know that some of them has really is really difficult to keep up with good habits, or even with really the self-discipline. And I would say, so Cesar, how can you bring your experience, who flies so much and even that has such a healthy way of life, for our viewers? How what can you tell for them?
Of course, of course. So basically, again, comes about having self-discipline. But what's self-discipline? Self-discipline for me, I see as you need to have self-love. You need to really wanting to help yourself, love yourself first, then you can develop self-discipline. So you think about what's the most important factors in your life, your health. You want to feel good. You want to be able to, spend time with your family, with your partner, with your friends, exercise and work well. So this is pretty much self-love. You're looking after your health. And then comes self-discipline, because discipline is all about doing things that you need to do it, but you don't want to do it. That's how I see, It's something that you need to do, but you don't want to do. It's not like saying, I'm going to sit on the couch and eat, a chocolate cake or popcorn and watch a movie. This is not discipline. Discipline is like saying, I finished work, 6 o'clock or whatever, and I need to go and exercise, or I need to go and prepare health dinner, or I need to wake up earlier than usual and meditate. I need to wake up earlier than usual and then exercise. I need to have a bit of time, extra spare time, to dedicate some time to cook a healthy meal, maybe that can last for a few days, and you don't need to eat out. So those are aspects of really, I would say, self-discipline. And traveling around the world as a flight attendant, people always ask me the question, how do you eat on a plane? How do you eat when you go to Asia, America, or whatever place I used to travel, Africa? Good food is available all over the world, like good food. It's not like you think, I only know good food in my local shop. I know good food everywhere. So supermarkets are available all over the world. Health food shops, you can definitely find, even if you go to a remote village somewhere in Asia or in Africa, you're still going to find places that have this amazing type of different fruits and vegetables, and then you can just say, wow, I want to try this. So for me, when I used to travel into destinations, and the first thing I always thought was like, okay, what can I have in my hotel room with me as a snack or something that I need for me to for my breakfast or for lunch or dinner. You go into your local food shop where you can get fresh vegetables, fresh, fruits. You can get your berries, you can get your nuts, you can get your avocados, you can get things that probably you might say, oh, but I don't like to eat a cucumber. Fair enough. You don't need to eat a cucumber, but there's actually a lot of more variety of fresh food that you can obtain from supermarkets that I would say, like your nuts, your berries. You can get your banana, which is easy to carry with you. And you can buy, even like your organic, it doesn't have to be organic, but you can buy your vegetable milks like almond milk, oat milk, coconut milk, and just keep really clean lifestyle. So we really, for me, that was never really a burden for me to carry, to find health food. It was always actually a satisfaction. So I don't see as a, oh my God, I need to. It's actually super easier. So even when I felt going to work for 20 hours or 15 hours of flight, I could take in my little bag a variety of food that I wanted. I cooked my quinoa, I cooked my veggies with me, so I know what I'm eating. You can always take things with you. So again, that comes from discipline. Some people might say, oh, I don't have that time, I don't have the discipline, I don't have the motivation. I understand. It takes a bit of time. It's about repetition. It's about really first, what do you want for yourself? How do you care about you? So if you care about you, you can care about others in your life. So it's an important fact. It's not about only yourself. When you're doing good to yourself, you're doing good to everybody else. like if you have a family, you have kids, and you have more energy for your kids, you have more energy for your family. If you're a single person, you have everything that you're gonna do on your own. You're gonna feel good to do things, you know, to help yourself every day. So pretty much, I would say it's really, it's about every single day you have a goal. Let's say you everything in life is about, you have a goal. So
Go.
your goal is to feel like, if you say you want to lose, I want to lose 10 kilos, right? Or I don't know, 10 pounds, whatever, it could be kilos or pounds. And it's not only about losing like those kilos, not about that. The problem the person is actually concerned is about losing those 10 kilos. Could be carrying on like you want to move better, you want to have a better relationship with your partner, you want to have a better relationship with your friends, you want to feel more active, you want to sleep better. So it involves everything. And that's when you really think about, what can I do to involve my life into self-love. Then you have self-discipline, then you have discipline, and then you can apply step by step small little things, and then you can add on, or you can pretty much say, okay, I can start exercising maybe 20 minutes a day. That's enough. But do some sort of movement. Do this. These days, everything is so available. You can go into internet. You can go and do videos for free from, yes. Or you can go for even a simple walk or a bike ride, or our bodies need to constantly be in movement. Our bodies need to be constantly in, you know, we can't just be sitting down and just being to the same conditioning aspect of, you know, of being lethargic and not feeling you really. So it's a combination of factors, and which we all can achieve, and we all know, but your subconscious mind, which is what we've been carrying on for years and years, it wants to keep us safe. Your brain wants to keep you safe. So it's like, that's what you used to do it, so that's why you're going to continue doing it. So I think pretty much, in terms of, like, as I say, traveling around the world, anyone, food is available. You just need to choose the right place. There's so many health food cafes you can find. You get amazing combination of salads and bowls, and it's in all different. You don't have to be vegan, you don't have to be vegetarian. I'm not talking about being vegan, vegetarian. I'm not vegan, I'm not vegetarian. I just like clean food. It's about eating clean. It's about eating, it's about packing less and feeling more, you know. So like,
Yeah, I love this quote. Yeah, it's super
yeah, so that's how I
important to
see
have
it,
in
which
mind.
is simple. We know how many things we can carry with you these days, and that we can just wash and eat. Could be an apple, could be, or we can just peel and eat it. You know, like so. But we all can have that discipline, which is, we'll take it into a habit, and habit becomes what, you know, what your routine and
Normal.
what. Yeah, exactly. So that's it, Leah, that I think, you know, my.
Wonderful. Yeah, it's very interesting to hear it talk about this. And I think also it's very related with willpower, right?
Yes.
Because you have to put some effort. You thought that was easy for you, but for most of us, we have to put willpower on that. And you told something that was really interesting. It's that if you make good for you, you make good for people around you, right? Imagine if somebody is super stressful with no energy, right? Didn't sleep well, didn't eat well, didn't exercise, and then this person is super stressful. If you are a parent, you're gonna, of course, your kids are gonna suffer from that. If you are seeing, as you told, people around you, your co-workers, your people that cross your way, right? You suffer if you'll be grumpy, and who loves somebody who is grumpy, right? So it's like you said, it's self-love, but also love the other two, right? Because if you good be good for you, you'll be good for them too. So then it's the whole community that is taking advantage of discipline, right?
Of course, of course. Yeah, that's how I see it. I see pretty much self-love is that how is the only way that you're able to love other people, you know, but you gotta love yourself in a way. I'm not talking about loving like, oh my god, it's about like really caring for your health, caring for your life, caring, being like gratitude, with gratitude and being grateful for what we have, and to have fingers, to have vision, to have, you know, or anything that can
Just
keep
being
us
aware.
breathing, you know, you can breathe, and
Yeah.
yeah, so, and that's, you know, we're going to talk about breath and breathing, which I think is also very important, meditation,
Yeah.
and if you want to touch on
Yeah.
that,
Super.
but
Yeah. Super. Before we go that, I will ask you, um, so you have a very health habits, a very health life, a very good self-discipline. And I would like to ask, is that I see very positive way, but is there anything negative on be self-discipline, on living so health? Can you tell us if there are anything negative? If somebody's here think, oh no, it's too much for me, maybe trying to find a problem, one thing that is so good. So do you think there is anything negative point on that?
okay. I like everything else in life, you know, like it's always going to be a one or two aspects of things that you think, you know, nothing's going to be 100%. For me, I love being the way I live my life in terms of living a health lifestyle. For me, I enjoy every time, every single day. I cook my food, I buy my food, I know what I'm eating, I exercise, and I do my meditation. Okay, fine. Not everybody's the same. I'm not saying the the only difficult part of it, which I would say, is the social aspect of it. Sometimes not so easy if you're very sociable. Like, I don't drink alcohol. Doesn't mean
Mm-hmm.
like I'm saying people shouldn't drink alcohol. It's not about that. It just, I don't drink alcohol for myself. I prefer not to. I don't even have the taste for it. So for me, it's fine. So I don't go out drinking, obviously, because I don't drink. So, but if you invite me to go and have a green juice somewhere, yeah, I'm there, right? It's fine. Or I like that kind of, uh, yeah, sort of light, sort of a drinking habit. But anyway,
Mm-hmm.
food wise, yes, I can eat pretty much everywhere, but as long as I can customize sometimes my food, or I can adapt, or can find certain types of restaurants I know I can find, you know, you can always find your veggies, you can always find your fish, you can always find your, you know, your grains, your salads, and it's fine. It's just how you eat them. It's like how, you know, how do you want to have your salad, full of dressing, or like a contains like a, or you can have just with olive oil and pepper and salt, you know. So it's pretty much so the only difficult time, sometimes you need to be quite vocal to what you want. So you go to a restaurant, you might say, yeah, I want my salad without the dressing, or I want
Just
this in this way. Is that possible? Or if you go with a group of friends who, you know, if they are friends, they will understand you. And I have most of my friends, they understand and they accept the way I am. But yeah, if they go for, you know, certain type of food, maybe they go to Italian restaurant, yeah, it's going to be a bit more of a difficult one for me, or certain of type of cuisines where I don't do the gluten, I don't do the fried, I don't do this. If you say, you ask me, would you ever eat a pizza? I say yes. I'm not saying I wouldn't, but it would probably be like, I don't know, a special occasion, a small
special
piece, because
case.
yeah, and also, you know, I don't crave it, certain types of
Mm-hmm.
food, because my body got used to certain types of food, so
Just
it's fine. But I'm not. But if you say, if I would probably eat frozen meals and put into the microwave, I wouldn't. It's a different, you know. It's like, it's a, then I just don't compromise into that. So being healthy, it's amazing. It's so rewarding, but it does require, like, yeah, some people want to go and get an easy frozen meal from the supermarket, or and then they get it home and they put in the microwave and eat much quicker, right? But in the long term, how good are you doing this to your body? How is it gonna actually add any credits into your health? So because sometimes we want to leave the time that we have it now to rush through, but we don't need to rush through your health. You need to really make sure your health is the most important, vessel for your soul, for your body, for everything. Like, you can't just neglect. So it's an extra time that you can apply, an extra time that you can give to your body, and you will definitely help you in the long term. So just to summarize, the negative aspect of it is just, I would say, sociably. That's probably.
You're talking about this, and I remember that when I stopped to drink soda, or I don't drink alcohol. Actually, I'm drinking alcohol. Switzerland make me very bad girl drinking wine. But when I stopped to drink soda a long time ago, and I go to the restaurants and I just said, no, I just want tap water, or even if I ask the natural or gas water, they look for me like I'm a stranger. Like, what? She'll not drink anything, right? So sometimes you're not very welcoming in some place because you're not a full consumer, right? And I was reading a friend who told that who eats healthy, it doesn't contribute to the food market. So you are not very welcome because you don't buy all kinds of foods or any kind of food, but you buy healthy food. So, or you cook yourself like you do, right?
Yes.
And so socially is really, some people can look at you like, looks like a crazy, like when you drink tap water in the restaurant, but we know the benefits, right? So it's super good to continue.
For sure.
Yeah, that's super important.
There.
Yeah. So get on that. We know that it's minimal, the negative aspects of being healthy, of being self-disciplined to get in this health life. So, but I know that for some people it's super difficult, even for myself. I have times that I am super healthy, and times that I'm allow me to do so many things that I don't do it normally. But I know that a lot of that bring this is anxiety. We feel so much anxiety about the things that's happening, especially now with this COVID situation. People is stuck at home, so they are doing on bad habits to calm down this anxiety. And I know that breathing is super important to help us to keep with all the bad feelings that we have. So let's talk about breathing. How can we use that to help ourselves to feel better and to do better with our body, right? And mind.
Of course. So yeah, so remember, the first thing we do when we're born, we breathe. The first thing we do when we die, the last thing we do when we die, we breathe. You know, your last breath, your first breath, your last breath. So that's pretty much the most I would say important elements of our body, in terms of without any breath we can't continue living, right? We die. So but breathing, when we want to apply into your daily routine, most of us, including myself, sometimes we forget that we breathing very shallow. We don't breathe to our full potential, ability to breathe. So we tend to breathe very shallow. We breathe just up here. So is that not really the full capacity to try to bring the air all through your organs, all to your lungs, all to your diaphragm? So you get, it's easy. No, I have to agree, because how many times I'm like, I catch myself not really breathing, and that's why we exercise it. You give yourself the time to actually breathe, because when we try to breathe 24 hours away, we should be breathing. We don't, it's impossible, right? So unless if you really catch yourself, okay, let me actually stop, breathe in a bit of time, which we all can do it. So from my background in yoga, I have done a lot of pranayama where you breathe into your belly and you really, really get a nice sense of really expansion, the air into the organs, and it relaxes you a lot. So you're working through, you know, pretty much inhaling through the nose, out through the nose. The whole aspect of how should I breathe? In, nose, out, mouth, out, nose. It doesn't really matter. I think we just need to really know how to breathe, and to that aspect of breathing in as much as you can, and out to relax your body into really. So the correlation of the physical body, the mind, all comes from the breathing. So breathing will definitely calm your mind down, your parasympathetic system, which is the one that we keep into that fight, fire, flight. So we're always ready for something. So once we stop, so I would say early in the morning for me, I give myself 20 minutes to breathe as I meditate. So for me, it's about maintaining my mind as I will sit down and I will focus on my breathing. So like even just focusing on the breathing, your mind is already starting getting to a transcendental type of, you know, zone where you are pretty much letting your thoughts can come in. You don't need to worry about your thoughts, but focus on the breathing. When you're breathing through your lungs, you get a sense of really expanding your diaphragm laterally. You start understanding the aspect actually that you let your body to give up, to really like, okay, I'm just gonna just give up. I'm gonna let myself go, and I'm just gonna focus, because these days we can't focus anymore. We have too much going on, internet, work, what's going on in the world. It's too much. We're all constantly losing focus. So when we sit down and we decide you're going to say 5 minutes, 6 minutes, whatever time you have to breathe, even if you do for a minute, like 3 times a day, you're already getting yourself ahead of a lot of millions of people that don't even think about it, that we can breathe better. So what I always say, which is a very easy exercise. You can in through the nose. So you basically bring the air through the nose. So you inhale, bring it to your diaphragm for a count of 5. I would say 5. I normally like count to 5. Then you hold for another 4. Yeah. Then you exhale out through the mouth for 8. So again, numbers are just variables. I would say always you inhale for a count of less, like I say a number 5, and then you hold it for maybe another 4 or 5. Hold the breath, so your body really contains the oxygen into the brain, into your cells, and then you exhale out to get as much air out, so you have room to bring more air in. So that will definitely calm your mind down, and that can help you for everything. So if you have your cortisol levels, what's the cortisol? Cortisol is your stress hormone. If you feel, oh my God, I feel so stressed today, I have an interview, I have some duties at work, I'm traveling. Exactly. So you just stop, sit down, breathe. Even if you don't remember, I should have breathed 2 or 3, doesn't matter. Breathe in, bring the air. That's why we have the nose. We have the nose to breathe, and all the way into your lungs. And use that time. Could be a minute, could be whatever time you have. And so I definitely recommend the breathing as the best mental exercise, and for your body as well. So if your mind is good, your body follows. So
yes, definitely. Clovis is telling that when he's when he's running, he do the exercise breathe when he's running. 4 steps breathe and 4 steps breathing out. That's pretty good. And Zelita, she told that she tried to keep to stop sugar in her life. She said she's not very good self-discipline, and Zelita tried a few times to stop eating sugar, but she has been failed. So I was thinking maybe at the time when she's craving for that, a very good breathing exercise can help to come back to her mind and tell what I don't need this
But you
sugar
know,
maybe.
exactly. And even like, I mean, the breathing, everything everything connects to each other, like the food, the breathing, the
Yeah,
mind and all that. But you can
the
always,
mind.
you can even write it down on a piece of paper. Sometimes, like Zelita said, can't stop eating sugar, but then write it down. Why I can't stop eating sugar? What could I do better to stop eating sugar? Maybe
To stop.
the days of the week, maybe you say, I'm going to eat that amount of sugar today. Maybe tomorrow I'm going to eat less. Am I able
Yes.
to? But it's again,
And little. Yeah.
it's about
Little by little.
yeah, your mind, your brain needs to be trained. So because we have like if you divided your head here, you have your conscious mind and you have your subconscious mind. So we constantly using your subconscious mind, which is repetition, repetition for years and years, what we've been told when we're growing up, what we've been told when we've been, at school or family, whatever. So when we start applying new aspects, new habits, you start shifting the subconscious mind to a new, it's a muscle. Your brain's a muscle, so we need to train it. So, which is not easy. I'm not saying it's easy, and I'm saying this is easy at all. It's hard for me, it's hard for everyone. But again, it's just when you start the self-discipline, like I do write things every day to myself in the present sentence that I say, okay, I'm grateful for this, I'm this, da, 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 da. But you can write things like for yourself, I want to stop eating sugar. You can say, I'm happy that I stopped eating sugar already. You start telling yourself that you're not eating sugar anymore. So your brain will like, okay, I'm not eating sugar anymore. I don't want to eat so much sugar. So it's a combination.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. I actually in this thing also what I do is to my clients to tell them to have clear goals, right? Because some people say, oh, tomorrow I'm not eating sugar, and this person eats all sugar, right? So tomorrow I'm not eating. So it's a very big goal that probably you will not achieve it that day because your brain learns to have sugar every day. So how
Yeah.
can you just stop, right? So if you break the big goal in small steps, then you're gonna achieve it little by little, and you one day you're gonna be there, right? So my suggestion to Zelit also is that she can go like tomorrow and not have that maybe that candy that the mid of the day, or I don't know, anything that she thinks is not totally necessary, but she can cut the day and next day a little bit more and the next day a little bit more, as Cesar also told. So I think that way, step by step, we can achieve it what we want,
Yeah,
right, Cesar?
for sure, for sure. It's about really having like a goal. We all need goals. Every human being needs to have your goals. So, but the point is not only saying I want to earn more money. You can't just say I want to earn more money, because you can't just earn another extra dollar and you earning more money. You have to say, now I want to earn, or you can, like, let's say losing about weight, not money. Let's talk about weight. I want to lose weight. You have to say, no, I'm going to lose 10 kilos. So you know that your goal is to lose 10 kilos. Not only, otherwise you're losing 1 kilo or 100 grams, you're lost some weight. The same when you want to stop eating sugar. So he's saying, I'm going to stop eating chocolates. So you're already stopping. I'm going to stop eating cakes. So it's a goal. It's not only say, I'm just stopping the generic word, because then you don't know what's sugar. Sugar could be everything. So just start like focusing on one particular major aspect. Like if you love eating your lollies every day, love eating, so I'm going to stop eating lollies. And maybe then you'll be eating some cookies. Fine, eat the cookies, but stop with the lollies, like at least you're already getting that. So, and write it down as a goal and looking into every day. You can look into that piece of paper and say, that's my goal.
Yeah.
So that's
Yeah.
what I see like a good way Zelita
Yeah.
or anybody else can.
Yeah. And another thing Zelita told that is like sugar is comfort for her. Like you have comfort food for her, it's sugar. And I believe it is that. But it's very good that you know Zelita, because I think the first step to change anything or to make new good habits is to know your weakness. If you know what you fall easily,
Yeah.
right? What is your weakness? Then you can concentrate and say, that's what I have to fight more. So
Yeah.
then it will be much, not much easier, but little less harder to get there if you know what your weakness. So the little you are in a very, very good way on the way to at least lower the sugar on your life. And this is super healthy, it'll be super good for you. And so we are just have 5 minutes left for us. Cesar, can you just tell anything you want to tell to our viewers more that can help them?
Sure. I mean, I just say pretty much write it down on a piece of paper. What your goals are, like what actually. It could be anything, you know. Like we obviously are talking about health and talking about physical, about mind, which we all need this as your main priority, because if you don't have a good mind, a good body, it's harder sometimes for us to progress in. Sometimes things stop. Yeah, I'm back. So
Mm-hmm.
I think, yeah, write it down, have your goals clear in your mind, what you want as a goal, and focus that every day on your goal. So having that in your mind, you'll be able to start shifting your paradigms. I mean, paradigms, I think old habits, you know, and then you can start applying more self-love. You start having more self-discipline, and again, it's step by step. If you like to sleeping till 10 in the morning every day, maybe start putting 9:30, maybe already half an hour. You start, it's like saying small changes and turning to big habits, you know, and would turn into big changes, I would say. So never give up, you know, don't beat yourself up, but really, really believe we're all capable to it. We're all capable, and we can use your brain to your big capacity, but most of us, we only use 10% of our brain, and 90% is not, we keep like doing the same. And so I would say don't give up on believing that things can definitely change and things can definitely get better. And we all have the ability and the potential to change, and just reach out to help and friends and family, and then you'll be helping yourself as well, like, so then you can help everybody else, like I say. So start loving yourself. Stop really, what I mean loving yourself is not, oh my God, I'm beautiful. There's not that. Being loving about being kind to yourself, being really like, why, you know, I so need to exercise. Why do I need to sleep the right time? Why do I need to stop drinking too much? You know, those are kind little touches that will help you to move on. And so it's doable, and don't give up.
Yes, it's doable. And Cesar is here to show that it's super possible, that it's also super good for us, for our mind and body, to have self-discipline, to eat healthy, to pay attention in our breathing, that it's such important things in life. So I wish that everyone who is watching us had get the sense how those things are important, and they can change a little bit today in their life, taking Cesar's tips and taking notes of your goals, and read that every day. And don't forget where you want to to be, where you want to, what do you want to achieve it,
Exactly.
right, in life.
Every day.
Right? So, Cesar, thank you so much for being here. I'm sorry about the confusion of the time, but was super good to hear from you. And thank you all for being here with us. Was super good. Thank you so much, all.
Thank you. Thank you for all. Thank you, everybody. You know, and then thank you for your time as well, Leah. And sorry for also the confusion. I was like, oh my
That's it.
God. It was like, but
That,
it's okay. I suddenly got super confused.
yeah,
It was like I was flustered,
yeah.
but we made it.
It
And
happens. There also this thing of time zone. It makes difficult sometimes. I sometimes mix up the time zones too. So sometimes it's hard. Yeah.
yeah, all
So
my
no
love there to
problem.
Switzerland. And, you know, I hope, you know, we
Yeah.
chat again. And
Same.
yeah, but thank you for that. And I remember, guys, don't give up and
Don't give up.
write it down your goals. And every day is a new brand new day. Don't think about what's gone. Think about the now. And that's it.
Excellent. Yes, that's it. Excellent. Thank you so much.
Thank you.
And thank you all for watching. Bye,
Thank you.
guys.
Bye
Bye
bye.
bye.
Bye bye. Thank you. Bye.